the only way to discover the limits of possibilities is to venture into the impossibilities. And in today's segment of Hustle Imeweza, we meet someone who has ventured into his impossibilities to get his dream to be a possibility. As always, I'm your host, Edna Mumbi Maina. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Maybe you can introduce yourself to the viewers.
My name is Emiphas Muchangi, and I'm a youth champion.
Oh, that's a very nice introduction. I'm a youth champion. Maybe you can tell us, Emiphas, what do you do? What do you venture into each and every day?
I would say I'm a jack of all trades. Something I've actually figured since you started with a quote. I'll say, you know the normal quote that we know of, a jack of all trades but a master of none. The complete saying is, a jack of all trades and a master of none is better than a master of one.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll say I'm a jack of all trades. So, but my main hustle is digital marketing. I have a digital marketing agency. In the agency, we create websites, do search engine optimization, do social media campaigns, things like that. Yes.
Okay. So in this digital marketing, you've told us what it entails, but how did you get yourself to do digital marketing?
Very funny story. So back in 2017, as any unemployed youth, I got the opportunity to be employed by some politicians. So I was campaigning for them on social media. Okay, I'll say I did a very good job. But I was a very staunch. See those people, if you talk bad about my candidate, I will deal with you properly. I was one of those people. But as it usually happens after campaigns, if they win or they don't, mainly the youth do not get like opportunities. So I didn't get any. So I was left asking myself, what can I be able to do? But I had already realized there is something about social media, number one, that I like, and number two, that I can do, because I was already making money out of it. So it's like, if that is a way you can be able to make money, of course there is more money to be made. So it's like, what can I be able to do? At that time, so it's 2017 after elections, the county government is already in place, so I got the advantage of. So the reason I said I'm a youth champion is I like doing activities with young people. Like I really like to volunteer. So at that time, there's a forest in Kenya. We had a CBO, a community-based organization called Kenya Empowerment Youth Network. So there's a forest and I say this with a lot of disappointment. There's a forest in Kenya that it was completely destroyed. There's no single tree. A forest that had animals. No single tree is standing. So we came together, we decided we were going to do a marathon so that we can get to plant trees in that forest. So as we were meeting some of our sponsors, I got to meet the former, he's actually the former, yes, CC Agriculture. And that is when I sold him what I thought was a dream. I told him, I see that this department is doing a lot of things for farmers, but that information is not getting to your target audience. How about we start a Facebook channel and then we can be able to share that information? Because at that time, Nyeri County only had one Facebook page for the county government of Nyeri, which was shared by the governor's press. So I was like, how about we do something specifically for farmers, tailored to farmers? That is how I started. So we started, it was called at that time Kilimo Nyeri. Right now it's been transformed back to the department, because he left. It's back to the Department of Livestock. I think it's Department of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. Yes. So that's the current name on Facebook. But so we started the Facebook page. It got a lot of traction that every single department under the county government started their own pages. Yes. But the other thing I will say is, since we had a plan, so at that time Nyeri County it had a problem with extension workers. I think it was one farmer to 300. Kindly, if you work for the county government, do not crucify me if I have those numbers wrong. But I think it was one extension worker to 300 farmers. So my idea was, if a farmer is going to train this group on beekeeping, how about you do a video, and then if he's called, he can tell those people, go watch this video, and in case you have other questions, now I can come. So, which means you can be able to cover more people and spend less time doing the same repetitive thing. So we also did a YouTube channel, but it only has like 3 videos. That was before the CC left. So technically, that is where I started. Yes.
Right.
And I would like to point out, I didn't start as an employee of the county government. I will say mainly it was like volunteer work, because it was the CC who will sit and then think, this guy is doing a good job. Shika kitu. That is how I started. Yes.
So you are true maybe testimony of the power of volunteership.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually, any opportunity I get, I volunteer. But the way I volunteer is, I do not necessarily just go volunteer to have fun. I also volunteer to network. Like, I want to know, what do you do? So, and I go with the open mind of, number one, collaboration. Is it something, the thing you're doing, is it something you can be able to do together? Is it maybe, are you doing something that I'm also doing, you can be able to come together? Or is it, have I already thought, maybe, I know maybe COVID is doing something, and I'm targeting Father for, maybe Father Watoro. I'm targeting him for something. So I'll come volunteer and get an opportunity to speak to him. So through that, it's very easy for you to get a meeting, for him to even know what you do. That is, because I learned something from, I think it was a YouTube video I was watching. Somebody said, deals are not closed in the boardroom, they're just formalized in the boardroom. So deals are made somewhere else, formalized in the boardroom. So what you need to do is go to where you can be able to make them, then come back to the boardroom and be able to formalize whatever you want to do.
All right. I think that's something that's powerful, the fact that you didn't look at the monetary value of, okay, now I'll go volunteer and then because I think networking is more, it's more paying than the monetary value itself, like than getting the money itself.
It's actually called social currency. Having social currency is very, very important. And the moment you volunteer, if I'm volunteering for your project, you owe me. You do not have to pay me, and since you're not paying me, you owe me. So the time I'll come to you asking for a favor, because I already did you a favor, that is how social currency works. Yes.
Okay. Let's go back to now your business or whatever you do is mainly associated with social media platforms.
Yes.
And people don't know. I mean, I think most youths don't know that you can get to make money from social media. It's just for fun. Maybe tell them something about that.
So number one, what I would like to say is the way you package yourself is very important. Even when you look at influencers, the influencers who are paid 100,000, the influencers who are paid 10,000. But it all depends with how you package yourself. If the moment I visit your Facebook page and it's full of insults, you are talking badly, vulgar language, it's very difficult for me to work with you. But the moment you've been able to package yourself, the things you talk about, and then the other thing is you can be able to pick a niche. What am I good at? So maybe, for example, you can, and it can be anything. I'm very good at Bible study, and that is what I'm going to do. Every single Monday or every single day, I'm going to have a Bible verse and tell people what I've learned from it. I have a lady on Twitter who does a prayer every single day, and she has over 60,000 followers. And if you read from the comments, people will tell you, like, they're there for the prayers. Like, pick a niche. What am I good at? Then, once you pick that, now start creating value for people. Something we usually say about social media, and people do not, even companies, and this is something I really sell even to my clients, the ones that I work with. Social media is called social for a reason. Social media is not a place for you to go to always sell to us. It's a place for you to, number one, to socialize and to create value. So the moment you're able to create value for people, then people will want that value. And that is where now you translate your value to monetary. Yes. So for example, even you might be good with finances. Like, for example, I'm terrible with saving. Like, I am terrible. So, but you might be good with it. You might tell us tips, things that you've been doing. And even showing us your journey. I've been saving 10 bob every single day. This is where we are at. Like, even that, you might find now companies such as maybe insurances, banks, want to associate with you so that you can be able to share that information with their clients so they can save with them. So the only thing you need to do is pick something that you're good at, move with that.
Okay. Apart from it being maybe on the social media platforms, is it something that I can go to school and study on it, or is it something I just start?
Yeah. No, actually, the best thing about it right now, we have a lot of courses online and they're free. For example, for people who can be able to access, I will talk about Ajira, which is in Kenya. So I think every constituency has it's called an IAC. It's an incubation hub. You can go get trained on Ajira and get mentorship. So you are trained and then you are mentored for 5 weeks. You can learn about digital marketing. You can also go online. Google offers free courses on digital marketing. There is other platforms such as HubSpot. Because the best thing about, it's the best and the worst thing about digital marketing, it changes every single day. You have to keep learning. Like you'll hear about things such as algorithms. How are you getting your likes? Things such as that. Because I usually tell people, okay, this is a free secret to everyone in the trade. How the algorithm usually works is you'll realize if you put out a Facebook post, if a Facebook post has a lot of views, it continues getting views. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because what usually happens is it shows your content to 10% of your audience. You have 1,000 people, it shows to 100. If those 100 people interact with it and like it, shows it to another percentage, shows it to another percentage. So if this first percentage do not interact with it, your content would be shown. Because you are actually competing with a lot of content. You'll realize you might have 4,000 followers on Facebook, but you do not see all their content every single day. So it also depends with the kind of content you interact with. So that's the other thing. So people of one niche get pushed into the same niche. But if you want to learn, there are a lot of courses that you can do. The advantage is majority of them are free. The only thing you need is a learning spirit. Yes.
Which is, I think, one thing that you need generally, even those in campus or doing whatever.
True.
Yeah. So I think that's a call to you. If you want to venture into the digital marketing space, there are very many platforms where you can get to learn about it. Maybe we can end it at telling something to the youth. You being a youth champion, what's a word to them?
I would like to say, number one, life is not easy, and business also is not easy. So we have this problem of we get sold the glory part. We're not sold the struggle. Like if you see me driving right now, there's a struggle I went through to buy that car. So most of us are being sold the dream of the car, not the struggle I went through. And that's the biggest problem, because you want the car without the struggle. And those two things have to go together. So if you keep looking at people and thinking they're doing better, they are, and that is what you want, do not ask them about the car. Ask them about the struggle, this hard beat they had to go through. Because, for example, I'll say, I've had like 3-4 businesses I've invested money in. They've failed, but I'm still here. I'm still struggling. I'm still continuing because it's a journey. So the best thing I will say is what I've learned is not wanting the glory without the pain. And that is very, very important, because I've realized a lot of young people, we are all sold that glory. You know, even as we were growing up, we were being told about entrepreneurship. It's not going to be employed. Employ yourself. We thought. And then they sold us this sweet bit of self-employment, financial freedom, time freedom. But where do you get that financial freedom? Where are you getting the money from? Then the other thing is the time freedom. I usually find myself I'm in the house at 12 at night. Maybe I'm thinking about a client's campaign. How is it going to run? Things like that. Where is that time freedom? So we were sold a dream. So we took the sweet dream. We didn't know the struggle. Because also getting into this, me was like, people in digital marketing, I think they are getting easy money. Until I got into it serious, and then I realized it's work. Because I was like, You'll give me a Facebook page, I'll create content, I'll boost. That's it. Content creation is difficult. Creating strategies is difficult. But I was sold the sweet dream of, because as I was starting, it was a politician paying me every single week just to post. And I thought that is how life was, and that is how I'll continue. But that is not it. So I would like to tell young people, do not buy the dream without the struggle. As they usually say, the dream is free, the hustle is sold differently.
Such a youth champion with wise words.
Thank you very much.
Yes, there's a song by Sauti Sol that says, they never know the story, how far before the glory.
Yes.
I think we end it at that. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, like and share. And until next time, it's farewell.